Hello and welcome to Slicks on the Commodore 64. This is Overhead's race game. This is, well, released by Codemasters. They never released, the most famous race game is Micro Machines, but that never got a release on the 64, but instead we got this game, which is, I think it's actually quite a good game. This is programmed by Ash and Dave, the famous demo couple group. They did a few games, normally always pretty good games, and this is certainly a decent enough game. Now it is a multi-loads, but it's not too intrusive. You get a couple of tracks in memory at a time, I think, if I remember. You've got to I mean, it's basically a Formula 1 game, but the controls are really good, I must admit. And the graphics are great, really colourful and detailed. Now, unlike a lot of these games, I've just noticed, if you collide with the background scenery, that's game over. Well, it's not game over, but that race or that qualifying session is over, which is realistic, I suppose, and it's an incentive to be a bit more careful. I'm currently driving for Benetton team, but you can aspire to you can pick a rival and try and beat him, and then you can steal his seat and move up a team. But I think we'll try and get up to the Lotus team. I mean, if you don't beat them, then it's no great shakes. Sometimes they challenge you, in which case you have to beat them. Yeah, the flashing car is the car that you've got to beat, so as long as I stay ahead of the flashing brown car, which is off screen, I should be alright. Now this is also a two-player game, but it's not a split screen. It's a case of the scrolling follows the lead car, and if the car that's trailing falls off the screen, then he gets warped back onto the rear end of the screen. Similar to Micro Machines, I think, if I remember. I'm doing okay here. I'm currently I think I'm second, I think. Oh no! Trashed the car in exactly the same spot where I crashed before. Okay, a little bit of update there. On to Monaco. Now, unfortunately the tracks are not 100% accurate, but I mean they're representative enough. Obviously Monaco is a tunnel, but this isn't shown here because you couldn't really see the car driving through it. I'm a bit rusty at this game actually. I think this is a lot better than Super Sprint or Grand Prix Simulator, those sort of games where it takes place on a static screen. At least here the screen scrolls, and it's a bit more. You feel like you're racing a bit more dynamic. I think that's quite a good qualifying time. Fourth, not bad. Oh, I've been challenged by Jodie and her Ferrari. Also, it's ahead of its time well, we have had Formula 1 drivers haven't we before, but it's certainly not atypical of its time to have a female Formula 1 driver. Okay, now I should be able to stay ahead of that Ferrari if I don't crash. I did crash in qualifying, so I've still a good chance of making it round. I think the sound effects are alright. I mean, they're a bit weedy, so a bit like a fly, or some sort of insect, but they're okay. The graphics themselves, a lot of cars are nice. I think they're really well drawn for the size. I mean, they're absolutely tiny, but you can see four wheels and you see the wings, which I think is quite an achievement. trying to concentrate here. I can't remember how many tracks there are. I think it was maybe 6 tracks, something like that. Maybe eight at most. So it's not a full Formula 1 season by any means. I think this is one of the better overhead race games on the C64. I mean, it's a lot faster than Supercars as well, which is another scrolling overhead game. I think it's better than Hot Rods myself, but some people like that game, but I can never really quite get into it. Also, if you can get a faster car if you manage to, we'll watch close, if you manage to trade up into a better team. Fourth, that was okay, well I get to stay where I am. I'll do one more race and that's it. Monza, here we go. Now if you're the eagle-eyed observer will notice the lap times don't really, they're not representative of the real tracks, I'm afraid. Oops, put a hairpin there. I still think the graphics are really nice. It's quite a good fun game to play, just because the controls are so good. Yeah, that was a 28.64 second lap of of Monaco, which is absolutely ludicrous. Let's go for try and beat Brabham. In fact, he's qualified second, so I'm probably got no chance of beating him. And he's tearing away. I mean, sometimes you can catch him in the corners. It's best not to collide with other cars, because that does slow you down, cost you valuable time. Nah, I don't think I'm going to beat this guy, to be honest. I picked the wrong guy to challenge, I think. I mean, that was quite a good lap, but I'm just getting nowhere here. Bugger. Right, well that's Slicks, which is an overhead race game. I think it's quite a good game. I'll give it 8 out of 10, which is quite a good score. But I'm probably not sure at its best, but it's definitely worth a look. Okay, that's all for now.